morning. I ran out of time after the race. Didn't get to do a follow-up to the videos I took my wife took during the race. It was an awesome time. I had a great race. I felt good. Other than not having a bottle with me, I've got to get myself used to riding without water, because typical cross race, don't carry any water, mainly so you have room in the frame to scoop the frame up and run with it if you need to. So 5-lap race, Cat 345 Masters 45 plus. I was 8th overall, and once I dug into the results, I was 3rd overall Cat 4 racer. So real happy with that finish. Like I said, I felt great the whole time. Probably had a little bit more in the tank, but the course was so rough. And I mean, everybody said it. It was rough. You couldn't stand up. You couldn't stand to sit down. The only way you could make any power across the fields was to hover over the seat in a larger gear and just let the bike bounce against your behind, basically. That worked, but I'm not trained to keep power on like that for very long, so I would use it on and off. Had a couple woods sections, really loose powdery dirt in there. Spent 50 to 60% of the race racing one guy, which was really cool. He would pass in sections where he was super strong, and I'd pass in sections where I was super strong. So we kept each other going lap after lap, and basically on the last lap, about mid-lap, I knew where I needed to be in front of him to finish him off. So I kind of just rode him off my wheel through a little slight uphill power section and put myself into the second set of woods first, which there was a really steep uphill climb there with like a 180 turn back, and all I wanted to do was to be in front of him going up that hill and make the turn before him. I did that, and I think he basically just said screw it, and he was done, which was good because I didn't feel like racing the drag strip at the end because it was so bumpy. I couldn't find a smooth section on there to sprint. It just wasn't there for me. I couldn't see through the grass. It was I couldn't figure it out. So yeah, what it did with the 8th place finish Saturday, it's moved me to 12th in points. Shout out to my teammates at AACx, which is the race I did Saturday. Albert Charbal, sorry Albert if I said that wrong. His son was there, I believe his name's Evan. Albert outrode me as usual in our race. He was right in front of me, so he was 2nd overall Cat 4. And let's see, Dave, good job Dave, finishing the race with us in the Masters. Melissa Ecke, I hear she got through her race without throwing up. Good on you. Let's see, Daniel Miller, I saw him, got my shoes, thanks Dan, they feel great. Dean was there, saw him briefly. I don't know how their race went. We cut out a little early, so I don't know how the later races went. I can dig that up. Haven't seen any ride reports come through the team email yet. Cool, I'll check in through the week. Give you updates on any online rides I do or whatever I decide to do this week. I like to mix it up. Might do some longer efforts at threshold just to get the legs ready. The temperature's great. We're in the mid-60s, and as the temperature comes down, my heart rate will start coming down, and it'll allow me to work a little harder without that rev limiter kicking in. definitely showed during the race because I had a lower average heart rate, and I feel like my power output was right there. Had a little bit more in the tank, I could see by heart rate, but I didn't race watching heart rate. This particular race I rode with my watch going, and I cannot see my watch while I'm racing. It's just recording. My eyesight's not good enough without my glasses on to read my Garmin while I'm racing, which is a good thing. That way I'm just going off of feel, and if I feel like I can do it, I do. If the body's saying nah, probably not, then I don't. You know, I'm running up on 50 this year, and we're just doing this for fun. I'm trying to get as good as I possibly can at this age. I'm not a lifetime cyclist, even though I've cycled my whole life. I took a long break and just was a typical kid and teenager and 20-something, you know, smoking and drinking too much and racing cars and doing anything but what was good for me. So, cool. Gonna let you all go. I've rambled on enough, and I will, like I said, I'll check in this week and give you any updates on what I've done to get myself prepared.